What's up, everybody? Welcome into a special preview video for the Sweet 16 Tennessee versus Kentucky. Um, Biggest game in series history. First time they've ever played in the big dance. And we'll talk about it. We're going to talk about it. Obviously, the main storyline Kentucky has won the two regular season matchups. Do the Vols have what it takes to buck that trend and advance to the Elite Eight? Um, Bryce, I'll go to you first and see. It's been a while since we've all three been together like this. Just your first feelings on this matchup.
Well, being completely honest, it's hard to be totally confident. I mean, when you lose to a team twice, it's hard to be like, oh yeah, we got it in the bag. I mean, I'm not gonna be like that. Positively though, it's hard for me to imagine a scenario where Ziegler and Mashack let Kentucky end their career. I just don't. Is that fairly or not? A lot of people would talk about how Ziegler's last season, he lost to Kentucky all three times and got knocked out of the tournament. Like, just imagine the memes and the shit that they would talk about that. Like, please God, don't let that happen. I do think, I mean, like, before we got on the air, Jim was talking about, like, looking at the box scores from those games, like, how the hell did we lose both?
Well, I mean, I'll tell you, and this is what I was going to get into. Like, Kentucky shot 50% from the floor in both games, and Tennessee did. Yeah, and from three, and Tennessee did not. But
you got to think that's not sustainable. I mean, is there just something about us that makes them shoot better? I mean, it's weird.
Yeah, I mean, and I'll go to you, Jim, now. Just your first thoughts. I mean, it's definitely a thing that Kentucky got up for that game seemingly this year, and Tennessee didn't. So,
and this is why I kind of have a good little confidence in this game. Is I feel like Kentucky's going to be overconfident. I think they're like, yep, wow, we really they really control both these games we played the last two times. I mean, shooting 50%, literally both games shot 50% on the dot from the 3-point line, and Tennessee's thing is controlling the 3-point line, and it just didn't work. I mean, Jackson Robinson isn't playing, which is a great thing for Tennessee because that kid could just light it up. But they also have Kobe Bryant, so who knows? But also, a lot of people forget we shot 3 for 18 from three one of these games, and we lost by 11. I mean, we just couldn't shoot both of these games. It was
11 of 45
in Knoxville, yeah.
Yeah,
11 of 45.
We shot 20 more shots than Kentucky and lost by what, 5?
Yep.
Like, we could beat this team. There's no doubt in my mind. I mean, we all agree, correct?
Yeah, I mean, and talent-wise, roster-wise, yeah, we could do it. It's almost impossible. You would almost have to try to shoot that bad.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way it happens again. There's just no way. Now, I refuse to believe it. Not on the biggest stage. I mean, Chaz has been on a different level since the month turned to March. I'd like to think that they're not going to go out like that.
Yeah, just talking to the Kentucky going absolutely bananas from three in both games. In Knoxville, it was Brea and Almanor. They combined for 7 threes out of the 12. In Lexington, it was two white dudes off the bench who averaged 5.5 points a game combined, got 19 when they played in Lexington. And then you add in Tennessee going 14 of 60-something from three. I mean, it's no surprise Tennessee lost both games. I mean, to me, it's a lot of – I know this sounds like cope just from the first two. It's just a lot of bad luck. And I think – and we'll get into it. I think it's going to show that Tennessee is the better team come Friday night. So, Bryce, do you have any things that Tennessee has to do to get it done Friday besides, limit the 3-point ball from Kentucky?
Yeah, I mean, you can't let one dorky little white guy or little irrelevant role player take the game over, first of all. Second of all, don't force shots. It's been a thing that's been going on all year, so I doubt it'll go differently this time. But if we start off the game and we're like 1 of 8 from deep, can we stop just chucking shots out? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't want to get into the same rhythm where, because Kentucky is an offense where if they get hot, they'll just run away with the game. And it would be easy for us to, if we're cold, to start playing like shit and not dig out of it. That's my main keys is control what you can control. Don't let one person take over the game, and don't just start chucking up shots. No shot chucking. Igor's going to have to play good too. I don't think Igor has been very good.
And I said this Sunday night, Bryce. The last really good game he had was in Lexington, and it didn't lead to a win, but he was pretty good that night. But I agree, it'd be very easy for Tennessee to start to press on offense and fall into that trap they fell into in Knoxville, where they just start shooting threes every possession.
Well, Ziegler, when we start losing, Ziegler like tries to do too much, and it ends up like he gets sloppy with the ball. He turns the ball over, chucks up threes that are not good looks. I mean, ideally, you don't want Ziegler attempting 11 threes anyway.
Yeah.
So,
and that's another thing. Chaz and Ziegler combined to go 4 of 22 from 3 in Knoxville. And they combined to go 0 of 9 from 3 in Lexington. And both of them are shooting pretty good at the moment. But, Jim, I'll go to you now. Some things that Tennessee has to get done Friday to take down the Wildcats.
Controlling the rebounds. The biggest thing that I noticed in the game against Illinois for Kentucky is they just were dominating them on the boards. Yep. And not only that, Kentucky made them turn the ball over. Is control the ball, no stupid turnovers. But yeah, controlling the glass, keeping Amari Williams in check. And I mean, we got a guy that could do that, Nakpara. And our team matches up real well against Kentucky. They really do. Maybe not at full strength, but I mean, we got guys who can guard everybody. But I think controlling the glass and doing what Tennessee's good at. I mean, they've done it all year in getting offensive rebounds, getting second chance opportunities. And obviously, I think they've been shooting the ball well all March so far. And just keeping that trend going. I mean, Jordan Gainey's been doing really well, and obviously Chaz and Zakai have been doing their thing. So, and Meshack needs to stay out of foul trouble because Meshack is going to be a huge key factor in this game because he's going to be guarding one of the guys that usually score for Kentucky, either Kobe Brea or Owe. So, it'll be interesting though. That's my main go-to though is you got to get those rebounds. You cannot let Kentucky get 3 possessions in one. You can't.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it seems like every time you give up an offensive rebound, the other team gets a good look from 3. And that's certainly not what Tennessee wants to do yet again against the Wildcats. For me, there's 2 big things, and Jim, you mentioned one of them. I think Amari Williams is the biggest player to keep in check because, like you said, the rebounding could get it tough to guard them quick if you give them 2-3 shots of possession. And also, in the last 3 games for Tennessee, they've been awesome at getting to the free throw line. If you can add that into the plan here and not have to rely on going shot for Kentucky, I mean, it's going to be great. I mean, that's why we beat Auburn. We did work at the free throw line. We were 25 of 27. We shot in the teens against Wofford and UCLA from the free throw line. Shot 15 plus free throws in both of those games. So if we get to the free throw line, force the issue, it'll be all right. And the game in Lexington, Tennessee was leading with like less than 5 minutes left, and then it just fell apart. So that can happen. But that game in Lexington gave me a lot of confidence that they can, go against this team and go toe-to-toe with them, even on the road. I mean, that was the most impressive part of that. And I know I'm talking about 11-point loss, but Tennessee did it. So,
well, it's also the same with us in Knoxville, too.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said before, you shot way more shots, and you only lost by 5. I mean, you could beat this team easily.
So. I mean, again, it seems like it was bad luck in both games. Like, I don't think Kentucky is better than Tennessee, and the numbers back it up. Like, I just don't see it happening a third time. Tennessee has done a good job of slowing down Otega Owe this year. He's only scored 13 points and then 14 points in Lexington. If we keep him under 15, I think that's also key. But um, Bryce, if Tennessee were to win this game, who's going to be the player of the game?
It's gonna be Chaz. Chaz is gonna do his swaggy Chaz March routine. I think, I'm a Meshack stan, and I feel like I could say Meshack almost every single game. But the reason I didn't choose Meshack is because I seriously doubt he's going to have a standout box score performance, because he rarely does. But he'll probably have just as big an impact as anybody in this game. I just think I wouldn't be surprised if Chaz goes nuclear, 25 points. Ziegler will have double-digit assists. Chaz between 25 and 30 points. It would not surprise me at all. I just think with how atrocious he played against Kentucky previously, I think he's pissed. I mean, it could be his last game too,
Yeah. Jim, what about you?
My thing, I see the Chaz thing, but I think this is where you need your biggest veteran to stand up and do something. And he's played poorly the past 2 times we played him. But Zakai Ziegler needs to be Zakai Ziegler and getting to the basket, making things rough on Lamont Butler. He needs to stay out of foul trouble, because he's been doing that a lot recently, where he gets those 2 quick fouls and he has to sit 12 minutes in the first half. Can't be doing that in this game. He's got to control it. And
early foul trouble would be killer for any of the starters.
Absolutely. And mainly to me is Okpara, Ziegler, and Meshack. Because Kay Phillips has been really good, and Jordan Gainey has been really good coming off the bench. So, to me, it's Zakai Ziegler. I think he needs to have a big step-up game, and he's been playing great. Nothing against him saying he's been doing otherwise, but I think we need a 15, maybe even a double-double type game from him. And he's got to lock up Lamont Butler, because Lamont Butler went 4 for 5 from 3 against Illinois, and you cannot.
Lamont Butler is also a pussy. If you breathe on him, his clitoris will explode.
His shoulder might hurt if you trip him.
There's a chance Lamont Butler doesn't even finish the game, to be honest.
Especially with all the things he's already said, dude. Like, it's so annoying and childish about, we're going to win this game. I can't wait to use that as a meme after this game's over.
I do agree, Bryce. Lamont Butler is a pussy.
Dude, every time you watch a Kentucky game, he's on the floor writhing in pain at one point.
It's him and Chad Baker Mazzara who turn every time they fall on the floor into a Broadway show. But
Chad Baker Mazzara sits when he pees.
For me, if Tennessee wins this game, I think the player of the game, and I alluded to it earlier, is Felix Okpara. I really think Tennessee will take care of Kentucky from beyond the arc, because that's what killed them in the first 2 games. But they also have to do it in the paint too. And him snatching down, 10-plus rebounds and getting, 6 to 10 points could be what puts Tennessee over the top. Because I expect Chaz to do what he does. I expect Ziegler to borderline get a double-double like Jim said. And I expect Gainey to come off the bench and give you 10 to 15 points. I expect all that. But Okpara's been, much like Milicic, has been struggling lately. So I'm going with the redemption story here. And I think Okpara will be the player of the game. Tennessee pulls it out. But final thing for me on this game is, yes, Tennessee has lost 2 games to Kentucky this year in the regular season. But last 2 times they've played in tournament settings, Tennessee has won. 2019 SEC semifinal, 2022 SEC semifinal, where we got this bad boy. So let's make it 3 in a row. Fuck the Wildcats. Y'all have any more thoughts on this game before we break down the rest of the Sweet 16 matchups?
Yeah, if we lose, I'm going to make January 6th look like a tea party.
Jim, any more thoughts?
No, I think Tennessee should win this game. I think they're prepared. I think they know what they did the first 2 games. They're a way better team than they were when they played them initially. And they're missing Jackson Robinson. Their guy that destroyed us both games. So again, I think Tennessee wins this game handily. Not handily, but they win in a decent, comfortable fashion.
Agreed.
Awesome. First game on tomorrow night for as we kick off the Sweet 16. We got two high-paced offenses. Love to shoot your three. Alabama versus BYU. Bryce, quick little blurb and who wins that game?
You know, it would be cute if BYU would win, obviously, because I'm not one of those, SEC kumbaya guys. I want them all to suffer and die slowly. But I do think Alabama is just BYU tries to do what Alabama does, but Alabama does it better and they're deeper. I just think they're not going to be able to. It'll be a high-scoring game, but they're not going to be able to keep up with Alabama. What about you, Jim?
I'm thinking the same thing. I think Alabama, when they got Grant Nelson back last game, it like turned them on another switch. Mark Sears hasn't even really been playing that well in his sense, to where I think it's just going to be too much for BYU. I think Alabama moves forward and plays the winner of Duke and Arizona.
So then what's the next? Texas Tech, Arkansas, right?
I'm seeing Florida versus Maryland, Bryce.
Okay, yeah. So, again, unfortunately, I don't want to pick Florida, but I think Florida's going to win. Florida's incredible. I mean, let's just call a spade a spade. They're a good team. High-powered offense, not the most scary defense in the world, but Maryland just had everything that – it took everything they had to get past Colorado State, and that guy traveled at the end.
Well,
I mean, did anybody else think so? He took 6 steps.
Oh yeah, no, everyone's calling it a gather and all that. No, he literally took 3 steps and then shot the ball. Like,
I felt bad, and then Colorado State's coach dipped 38 seconds after. But that's they just got a lot taken out of them from that game. Maryland's not a bad team, but they've never, Ryan, you will remember in the preview, I didn't think Maryland has been that impressive. The Big Ten sucks. ACC sucks. I don't think they're that good. I think Florida wins. I don't want to say handily, but I think they win by – it wouldn't surprise me if they win by 10.
Yeah, I'm on the same page. It's hard to see Maryland beating this Florida team, and they came out slow. Florida came out slow against UConn, and they still ended up really – the score made it look closer than it actually was. I think Florida really turned it up at the end of the game, and Walter Clayton is – he's a real deal, man. If that kid gets going, it's hard to stop that Florida team.
I think Maryland wins.
The
How
Crab
about that?
5.
Yeah, I think they're a team of destiny. Maybe that was their Blake Burke check swing
I would
moment.
love it. I would love it.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be complaining.
Yeah.
Well, Florida got a lot taken out of them too. I mean, UConn was winning that game up until the last 3 minutes, 4 minutes.
Yeah, but
Florida is the better team, and they're a lot deeper. Maryland doesn't have much past their starting 5, but I don't know. I just have a feeling about the Crab 5 and the Terps.
I mean, I'm all for the weaker field, so that would be fine.
Yeah. Duke versus Arizona.
Yeah, again, I didn't even think Arizona would get this far. I had Arizona losing. That's who Akron played, right?
Yeah, you had them losing to Akron, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I had Arizona advance in a single bracket, so I'm not going to go against it now. I don't think Arizona – I don't think they get it done. What about you, Jim?
Not so fast, my friend.
Ooh.
Oh,
This is where Duke loses, and let me tell you why.
I would love this. I would love it.
One guy on the Arizona Wildcats, and it's
Tobey?
not Tobey. It's not Tobey Awaka. It's not
shit.
Tobey Awaka. It's the Duke killer himself, Caleb Love. That
Yeah, I
dude-
forgot. North Carolina.
That dude owned Duke when he was at North Carolina, and let me tell you something. I think he's going to own him again. I think he's going to lead this team to a close. I'm not saying they're going to blow him out. I just think it's going to be one of those where Caleb Love hits a game winner and kills the Duke Blue Devils and their run to the Final Four.
That would be very March. That would be a March storyline that you never forget.
He's North Carolina Tar Heel fans' last hope. That's it. And it's Caleb Love. Because Duke's killing Alabama. I'm going to tell you that right now. Grant Nelson is not guarding Cooper Flag. I hate to tell you.
Hey, if there's one guy who can strike the fear of God into Cooper Flag, it's Tobey. That's
Yeah,
all I'm saying.
just
Tobey.
the
What about like?
wasn't that the Kentucky game where he went like
Yeah,
real out? Yeah,
yeah,
It's kind of cool that like Tobey and Adu are both in the Sweet 16. Like
yeah.
it was like a net positive for everybody.
yeah. As much as I hated to see him go, I'm glad they're doing good at their stops. I've never hated Adu as much as the rest of the fan base. I don't think,
I
but
don't hate him. I just don't think he's very good, and I stand by that. I still don't
what
think he's that good.
and now he's playing his best ball of the year. So
Yeah, he waited until the very end of the season to play.
Yeah, but he's playing a big man this game
yeah,
in
Yeah,
JT
exactly.
Toppin. So
Yeah, so that's the next one, right?
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
So yeah, the cute little story ends here. I think Arkansas is like the only Cinderella left, if you could even call it that, when you play in the SEC.
Yep.
But I think Texas Tech is good, man. I like Texas Tech a lot. I think Arkansas's cute little story ends here. Yeah. What about you, Jim?
see, I don't think it is.
Okay.
I don't think it is because there's a reason why they're bringing Thiero back this game. Is because
True.
one, it's probably his last game. If obviously if they lose, but I think he adds another like caliber to this team. And Arkansas has been playing their best basketball all year in March. And Texas Tech, you have JT Toppin and that Hawkins kid. And I think they match up real well between Big Z and Jonas Adu. And you got DJ Wagner and it. Thiero's coming back. Boogie Fland. I mean, they got the talent. I think Arkansas is way more talented on paper.
Oh, on no question about it. I mean, other than like Duke, and I mean, I think you can make the argument Arkansas's like top 3 most talented team remaining. Just everybody on their roster is a 5-star top recruit.
Yeah, I mean, it's Kentucky's last year's team.
So, I mean, it would not surprise me if Arkansas won. But again, some of these SEC fucks need to lose.
To me, Bryce, the only reason Arkansas advanced is because St. John's best player had a game from hell. I mean, I think that's why Arkansas advanced. So I'll stick with
St. John's has sucked on offense all year.
Yeah, but when your Big East player of the year goes 3 or 17,
I mean, yeah.
There's not much you can do. Like, he was the guy, and he was unplayable. So I do think Arkansas runs out of gas here too. But first game on Friday night, Michigan State versus Ole Miss. Does Chris Beard continue his tournament magic again, Bryce?
No, the wife beater goes home. You don't bet against Izzo in March unless they're playing Middle Tennessee State.
Yep.
And I think Izzo's just a better coach. It's a veteran team. It's an experienced, deep team. They have a 10-man rotation, and I don't think Ole Miss has the horses to keep up.
Jimbo?
I'm on the same page. Michigan State all the way. I think it'll be a good game. I think this is going to be one of those games where you're like, okay, this is how we're starting the night type game. But I'm looking at the ticket prices for those games. It's $388 is the cheapest ticket to get into that game in Georgia. That's crazy to me.
Is it not in Mercedes-Benz in Atlanta?
It's State Farm Arena.
Okay, because I know Tennessee's playing in what
that place is going to be
Oil.
Absolutely
So fucking
jam-packed.
stupid.
It is stupid.
How
I don't know why.
Do it? Are they gonna? I'm assuming they're gonna put
They're gonna put temporary stands near one of the end zones and have the corner be the rest of the arena. I mean, that's normally how they do it. But it's just dumb.
It is going to be packed, though. I think it's going to be. What do you think the crowd size is going to be in Lucas Oil?
Probably.
How many are they letting in? Like, what's the capacity?
I don't know what the basketball configuration of numbers are.
For football, it's like 80.
Yeah,
I think they could fill it up between both fan bases.
They definitely could. It just wouldn't be probably the best viewing experience.
What do you think? 50-50, 60-40? Like
Kentucky's going to have more fans.
Kentucky has nothing else but basketball, so yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And it's closer to Lexington, but anyway, that's another key to the game, by the way. Tennessee fans need to travel and
Wait,
not
we
just
didn't
make
even
it
do our
a.
predictions.
We all think Tennessee's going to win,
Yeah, but
right?
what's the score? What do you think? Are you thinking 5-point game, 2-point game? What?
I'm thinking like 75-67.
Yeah, I was thinking around 71 to 66.
You think
No,
Tennessee has to score over 70 to win?
Yeah.
I think so.
Maybe not by much, but yeah.
Okay, I agree. I think it's gonna be like, I was thinking like 77 to 71, something like that.
Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah, Tennessee fans have jobs, so we're not going to travel as much as the
The coal mines are closed.
I would just hate for it to be a road game like it was against Purdue in the final in the Elite Eight last year. So I really hope Tennessee fans travel. But Auburn versus Michigan. How do you see that one going down, Bryce?
Well, this is probably the one other than ours that I'm most excited about, just from a basketball perspective.
Yeah.
So Janai Broom is obviously a badass. I mean, he's a pussy, but he's a badass. And but the thing is Michigan has 2 7-foot tall guys who are both badasses, and that might be a lot for Janai Broom to handle. I don't know, like that might not be the best matchup for Auburn, if I'm being honest. But the thing is Auburn is better scoring. Michigan, if I think I told you this, Ryan, if Michigan had like
a decent
solid,
3-point shooter, yeah.
if they had a solid 3-point shooter who could just get 12 to 14 points a game, they would be like tournament favorites probably.
Yeah.
Because the Twin Towers down low is going to be hard to deal with. But ultimately, I don't think it's Michigan's year just quite yet. I mean, it's Dusty May's first year there. I think Auburn gets through, unfortunately.
Pick them, Jim. Pick them.
That's
Pick
so
the
fast,
Wolverines.
my friend.
Yes.
So fast. Let me tell you, I just think Michigan's like I don't. They're not going to win the whole thing. I don't think they will, but I think they're destined to beat one more team, and they're going to be like, "Up, Michigan's going to win the whole thing after they beat Auburn." And it's like you said, the two guys, the two big guys, Danny Wolf and whatever Golden, whatever his name is, and they got what's his name, Donaldson, the point guard.
Yeah.
The guy who was at Auburn last
point
year,
guard. You're telling me he's not gonna drop 30 on their head? Like that? If I'm him, I'm shooting lights out against my old team. And I just think it's again, like you said, Bryce, gonna be a great game. I think it's gonna be a game down to the wire. But I think Michigan pulls it out again with like they've been living in these late game situations, and Auburn hasn't. I just think Michigan squeaks out a little like. And again, I'd love it. Just kick Auburn in the nuts and get them out of the tournament because I do not want to play them again.
Auburn got through one goofy white 7-footer last weekend. Can they get through two on Friday night? We'll see. I think they do, just barely. I think it goes a lot similarly to the game against Creighton. I don't think they win by double digits like they did versus Creighton, but I ultimately think that they get it done. Last game on Friday night, Houston versus Purdue. Does the Houston wagon keep rolling, Bryce?
Yeah, it does. Houston's defense is incredible. Not to be chalky, but this has been a very chalky fucking tournament. So I'm thinking that'll continue. Purdue just pisses me off. I hate watching them. You have 5 white guys running around chucking up threes. It's just annoying. Their point guard that looks Amish,
Braden Smith.
he gets on my fucking nerves. I hate watching him run around and yell at people. I want Houston to win by 20. I think it would be hilarious. Matt Painter looks like a guy who's like a shady car salesman. And I just don't like them at all. I think Houston's defense is going to put the clamps on them. They don't play. Who does Purdue play that plays defense like Houston?
Michigan. That's it.
The closest, yeah.
Closest.
Yeah.
Houston. I picked Houston to win the national title, so I'm sticking with it right now. I just love their defense, veteran coach, veteran roster. I think Houston gets it going.
Jimbo.
I'm on the same page on that one. I think Houston's defense wins them that game. I think they have the size to stop Kaufman Wren, and they have the guard play to be able to keep up with Braden Smith. I agree. I think he needs to go get on LinkedIn and get ready to, you know, get in the real world and, stop being annoying. Now, do I want Purdue to win? Absolutely, just so we can play them.
Yeah, the storyline.
But
Yeah.
I just think it's destined. Like you said, it's chalky. I think it'll be Houston versus Tennessee in the Elite Eight. Two electric defenses versus what are you going to get offenses. So it's going to be really interesting to see. But yeah, I got Houston winning. Moving on.
I don't want to play Purdue again. I like Bryce said, I can't stand them. Their point guard should be building barns. I mean, no offense to him, but he's a first team All American, but he, like Bryce said, he's annoying to look at. It would be another home game for Purdue in the Elite
Yep.
Eight, and I just don't want that to happen again because it would just be annoying.
Well,
So,
and like not to be negative, but if you play Houston in the next round and you lose, that's not really soul crushing. I mean, Houston's a great
no,
team; they're number one seed. They're, like we would be underdogs, and it would make it easier to stomach losing in the Elite Eight to a number one seed than losing to Purdue a fucking again.
for the third time, yeah. But yeah, going with Houston there. Any more thoughts tonight, boys?
Last thing, Lady Vols.
Oh yeah. I almost forgot. Sorry, ladies.
Sweet 16, because we're in everything school. Sweet 16. Um, you know, we'll be brief because we're going long, but the Lady Vols in their first year under Kim, Sweet 16 appearance. What more could you have asked for? All you fucking idiots that were complaining because she lost a couple late season games. Kelly Harper couldn't beat Middle Tennessee State. So I don't really care. I think Kim has done a fabulous job. The players love her. The players' parents love her. Like, she's awesome. She had a baby and missed 1 week. Like,
the Texas week.
she's a badass. Yeah, Texas that's their opponent. What do y'all think, Jim? What do you think?
I think Tennessee gets it done. We lost to them by 4 on the road. I again, Kim wasn't there. I'm not saying Kim would have changed anything drastically, but
It's a motivation
game,
factor.
Oh yeah, to a 4-point game to a top 10, Texas team on the road. Fantastic win. If the girls shoot like they normally shoot, and Cooper does Cooper things, Tennessee could keep up with them, and they could really blow Texas out if they really want. Like if they had a good game. It's just, I think Tennessee gets it done. I think a little magic run. I think Pat Summitt is sprinkling some fairy dust onto Kim Caldwell and these Lady Vols and keeps the train rolling to the Elite Eight.
God, I hope so. Like Bryce said, I mean, this is like extra gravy for
You're
the
playing
season.
with house money at this point.
Yeah, I mean, to overcome what Ohio State tried to do, that 16-0 run, and get out of there versus a team that hadn't lost a home game all year and make the Sweet 16 is impressive enough. But like Jim said, and like you alluded to, Bryce, I mean, Tennessee can absolutely beat Texas. When you go down to Austin and play them that close, I mean, anything can happen. Like, the most important thing to me is that Texas has some Amazon woman that killed us down there. This is not how it normally goes in women's basketball. Like, whoever normally has better post players wins the game. And I need our post ladies to step up. I mean, I'm looking at Z Spearman, Hollingshed. Like, they're going to have to step up and defend that lady. I don't even know her name. All you need to know is she's big and she can score. And if they can do that,
Madison
I think Tennessee.
Booker.
Yeah, there you go.
It's the Kevin Durant of women's Texas basketball. It's number 35 actually too. So
it's the biggest reason they're 33-3. So, take care of her and let the dice fall where they may. So, any more thoughts this evening?
That's it. Go Vols.
go
Vols,
Vols,
baby.
baby.